Hello everybody and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Don't worry, the break is over. We're back into the action here at CDL. And on your screens, we do have your bracket for this Saturday. So we have just seen Optic Gaming take their first win of the season against LA Guerrillas, who did put up a fight, I must say right now. But gents, let's just quickly talk about what we did see on our screens. All the way to the Game 5, amazing stuff from both teams, but Optic Gaming, they managed to wipe it out.
Yeah, I mean, they look a lot better, right? Like, there's still a lot of things to work on. They were choking games, like you talk about that map 1 and 2, where he thinks that they should have won it, and they probably very well could have in a perfect world, but like, they have a lot to work on, but getting that first win is great for them, great for their confidence.
Yeah, it's great to get the first win. I'm not sure how much we can actually grab from it though yet. I mean, they choked 2 maps, they had to get the reverse sweep, and also we were talking about their opponents this time around. It's a team that hasn't had nearly as much time to get ready. I think that they did look impressive. I was really excited to see what they could do, but I'm not sold on OG obviously yet.
I totally feel you. I see where you're coming from there, but for me, what I did grasp from that is their mental game is definitely better. It's definitely more on point than we've seen before, because if you do manage to choke the first 2 games, but you manage to win the rest of the series, that's pretty impressive. That shows me that Optic game, they can push through as a team, and that's something we haven't seen before. But talking about something we haven't seen before, it's our next matchup, and it is one hell of a matchup. We do have Atlanta FaZe, the Atlanta winners, taking on Dallas Empire. The Empire is back, people. I'm really excited for this matchup. I'm really, really keen to see what Dallas are going to do and what they're going to bring. I've got high hopes. I'm hoping that they're going to give Atlanta a bit of a decent game.
I mean, Dallas flew on a private jet, dude. They're hyped, they're ready to go, they're comfortable. But let's talk about these keys to victory. FaZe just got to keep the momentum rolling, right? Like, don't change anything up. These guys have been absolutely fantastic, and their domination is also looking like it's improved. Every single player is performing. We saw Simp have a slow start. He ended up dominating the rest of the map, and we saw Major Maniac picking it up. The one player that people were questioning, saying that he doesn't have to do too much. Well, yeah, when he has to, he will. So they just got to keep doing exactly what they're doing, and everything will be fine.
They do indeed, and let's talk about the game fuel keys to victory for Dallas Empire.
Yeah, so they need to guarantee that domination, right? Like, that's the one weakness of FaZe. You need to try to exploit it, and then for the rest of the team, they need to try to keep up with Atlanta's pace. Like, 99% of the teams in the CDL, I immediately count out against FaZe just because of the sheer raw talent on that FaZe team. Well, Empire is one of the only teams that can match up with them in terms of talent. So if they do try to keep up with that pace, they might be able to steal some respawns.
Yeah, I think what Nameless is saying is really important. When I've looked at Dallas, it's been a really exciting team to watch. Everybody is really always looking at that Huntsman matchup, and I get it. I mean, if we actually did see Dallas able to get a win over the Huntsman, it would be a better revenge story than Alinity and her cat. But ultimately, this matchup is still really exciting as well, because they have not matched up very well against those teams that have already cracked like the S tier. Absolutely. They haven't matched up well against the teams like FaZe, the teams like Huntsman. Are they going to finally be able to change that and prove that they are really one of the top teams in our league?
Absolutely will. Here's your quick scope presented by US Air Force. 2 teams on our board right now going face to face on the main stage. Gents, looking at how this is going to be working out, I do have a lot of faith in Atlanta FaZe taking this one, but I really do hope that Dallas Empire can be led by Crim6 and the likes of Clayster and really try and give them a really good game. I mean, I feel it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, in their first match, saw Shotzi have an incredible performance on a couple of those respawns, so it looks like he's getting a lot better. And like him and Illy, they had a .87 and .86 coming into this weekend. It's actually been Clayster who's been lighting it up for Empire, sitting at a 1.09 for the season. So like, if those guys put it together and even get to like a 1.0, that's so much more slaying power for this team. And you know, going up against FaZe, like, they are a team that should be able to take it to FaZe. There's like 1 or 2 teams that can do it, and it's Empire should be one of them.
And you have plenty to look at too, right, Lottie? I mean, ultimately, they just got to watch them win. Dallas can keep some cards hidden up their sleeves headed into this one.
They can indeed. We'll see. I don't know if they're wearing sleeves. It depends if they're wearing sleeves and if you're allowed to bring cards up onto the stage. I'm not really sure. But that was your maps and modes presented by US Air Force right there. And we're ending on Gunrunner S&D if we go to a Game 5. So, Merc, Maven, I want to know, do you think we are going to be going to a Game 5?
Hello, Joe. I'll let you take that. You're my expert.
No, I do not. I do not think we're going to go to a Game 5. I think it could be a close series, but I think it should be all FaZe. 3-0, 3-1 for me.
Yeah, it'd be tough for Empire following this series if that's the case, since they would then have 5 losses, all to Huntsman and/or FaZe. So that'd be tough for Empire if that was the case. But yes, I just think for me it boils down to there is no team, including Huntsman, no one in the world right now, if FaZe is playing at their best, that can beat them. If FaZe is at the top of their game, they are beating everyone. Question is, are they going to be at the top of their game? They looked a little bit slow at spots to come on map 1, at least to start today. I don't know.
So
what
did Dallas, right?
That's true. That's true. So I don't know exactly what form we're going to get them in, but it's crazy to say that. But it's just, I think that Dallas almost needs to rely on an off series from FaZe if they're going to beat them. But that's where these two teams are at for me right now.
Yeah, I just you know what we saw for Dallas, you know, against New York. You just need to see them hit a higher level that we just haven't seen them hit yet.
Well, the Atlanta lineup, we saw somebody step it up every game. What, Major Maniac has the big game 1. Priesta has the big game 2. Celium, I think, had the monster game 3. There was always someone that just went huge when they needed to in a big spot. Now, the question is, how are they going to match up against the Dallas Empire side? You may have saw the video. It was tweeted out by Empire. It was Shotzzy kind of talking about his role change, right? Yep. He's no longer going to be the trophy player. He kind of said in a way, like, the way he worded it is like, I want to like not think as much, and I want to run around and fry. I'm able to do that with Dead Silence. It's harder to do with the trophy. Let me run, let me gun. I don't want to be in the objective as much as what it sounded like to me. But then, now you have Hook. Hook is going to be one of the only other smoke trophy players in the league. I think the only one is Priesta on FaZe.
J-Cap, we just saw J-Cap running it.
Okay, well, as of that video, he was saying they're like the only two that really do it. So Cap doing it as well a bit. But it's a tough role in a way. It's a little bit different. So Hook needs to step it up. And Shotzzy, though, you think if that's what Shotzzy wants and that's what Shotzzy gets, Shotzzy needs to put up numbers, I think,
it
right?
almost felt like, though, as we take a look at our CDL points presented by Game Fuel, like, it almost felt like it was almost in his head a little bit, though. Remember, like, he would have, like, 2.5 minutes on the hill for, like, no reason. Like, it just felt like, I have the trophy, I have a smoke, I got to sit in the hill. Right, and I don't know if that's just because he had to transition into the game a little bit longer, but it almost felt like that was in his head, where maybe he doesn't have that Hook. He knows what he has to do around the objective. Maybe it just, you know, it fits their style better.
And these, you know, these stats, these points you have for the CDL, I believe get updated at the end of the day. So obviously Empire have some more points. FaZe, Optic got their first 10 on the board. It's hard to talk about those CDL points with a ton of importance right now because they don't mean a lot without context. In the sense of some teams have played more events than others. Without that information, it looks a little bit odd because you think a team like Empire, they're in 7th place.
Wait, do you mean
a 7th place team?
They're 7th, they're not actually like a really good team?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. They are not a 7th place team.
Sounds like you argued with someone about that.
I did, Joe. I did. I let fans get to me sometimes, but it's tough to look at that because I think it'll be weighted a little bit better once we get a few more tournaments in. We're never going to have really a spot, I don't think, where every single team's necessarily played in the exact amount. There's, what, 14 total home series. Each team plays at 8. Each team sits out 6. So, with regards to events played, that's where you need to keep an eye on.
Well, I think after this, everybody's at 3, so.
Oh, will it match up after this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everybody will be at 3.
I wasn't sure if we actually had that, like that would happen every 3 weeks or whatever, where everybody kind of lines up. Okay, well, that's good to know. So we'll have a much better idea of how that's going to stand. You would think FaZe a chance to take over the #1 spot over Huntsman. Empire a chance to maybe pop into the top 3 or 4. Minnesota a chance to make some noise. Optic maybe with the chance to move the most up the standings. Well, them, Guerrillas, like those teams at the bottom with 0 to 10 points.
Yeah, New York,
Seattle.
any of them?
Yeah. Now that we think through, everybody with how tight it is in those, bottom kind of 7 spots. Really a chance to hop around the leaderboard. It's going to look a lot different when it's all said and done tomorrow. But right now we're just waiting on the players to get ready. FaZe versus Empire. Can Empire come in and shock the world? The ladies ready for the match, and so are we, Joe.
Yeah, I'm ready. It looks like first map's going to be St. Petrograd. So I had set for that hard point, but we've been seeing that a lot from FaZe.
I had some game fuel. I'm ready to go. I think I could jump through this ceiling.
I don't think you
can. How high do you think that is, Joe?
It's about, I don't know, 20 feet.
Okay.
I don't think you can jump that.
That's way more than 20 feet.
I just think yes. I don't know.
I'm jumping right through the rafters. I'm pumped up and ready to go. This is the match I think we've been excited for all day, just because it's a bit of a barometer, a bit of a test to see maybe where Empire's at now. They've improved. They've got some reps in. Well, can they hope to match FaZe? Because they got 3-0 in Minnesota.
And I think, too, what we talk about a lot between teams is, like, matchups, right? And how you face each other. Yes, their first matchup, they got 3-0. But Dallas has not had a great time with Chicago. But maybe their matchups, their play style matches up better against this Atlanta FaZe team.
I doubt it, but maybe. No, it's worth a thought. It's worth a thought. Who do you think the most pressure is on the Empire side? We think about the flex, the subs, the AR. Like, who do you think's got to show up the most?
I am going to go with the subs. I just think Illy, Shotzi, and Hook, all three of those guys need to be on point because they are going up against Simp, Abizi, and Priesta, and that is not easy.
The tiny tears coming at you 24/7. Here we go into map 1 though. As the hardpoint timer fits to unlock, as we'll get right into the mix. Shotzi though opens things up with the first kill. First three kills as Shotzi goes huge into shipping area. Stuns the hell out of that door.
Yeah, I was like, why did you just do that? He just pegged that door, literally.
Now, a chance to peg the opposition as he looks to knock down FaZe 20-0. The advantage for Empire.
Sad to slip that one in there. Now, Dallas trying to control that right side of the map. We talk about just so often at the beginning of these hard points. You would love to chain the first two hills together. Some nice time out of Dallas early on. Now they're going to focus on this rotation. Simp getting pushed out. Remember when we watched Simp earlier? Didn't have the best match, but didn't really need to. I mean, they took care of business. He talked about it. Everybody's stepping on up. This guy, though, had a heck of a series as FaZe starting to push up the middle of the map. They're going to put a lot of early pressure on this Cafe Hill.
Yeah, you were hyping Priest. I mean, he is maybe the best all-around player in the world when you think of what he brings to a game, every game mode. Whether it's the objective or the slang, he can do it all. Major Maniac, though, the hero their first time on Petro, trying to do it again. Kill feed, red. They light it up and they take control. Into Cafe they go as Priesta continues to try and push out a post and shut them down. And yeah, I think you nailed it there. A little too easy. Shotzi, though, on the other side for Empire. He's leading the way. It's 6-3. Slow start from just about everybody else. Priesta, though, it's 8 in a row before he falls, leading all players at objective time as well. Those are some stats to kick things off.
Yeah, still with 20 seconds left. Dallas now, their focus is going to be on that hazmat, that third hill that we're going to be rotating to on the left side of your mini-map. Simp and Major Maniac, they're just going to take care of this scrap time. So this is good, right? This is good for Dallas because you're controlling middle of the map. You're not making an easy rotation for Atlanta FaZe, or at least it shouldn't be. But Priesta, he may have found an opening. Still, though, he knows he's got to help his teammates out behind him, but with Simp and Celium, that's going to be the green light. It is time to go.
Off to the races. Priesta looking to be the entry, takes some damage in hazmat, but right around he goes. Easy pickings. He thought the read would be there as he flew on through, or some kind of help from his teammates. Now it falls to Simp. He's got to reload. Finesses to the barrel, and now it's knives out. Thinking the push might be in, but he's just able to swap up. I think he finds a M4, MP5 in hand. I thought he was going to get pushed, but he's just sitting pretty. The teammates pick up all the kills around.
And look at, again, how easy of a break that was. When we talk about Modern Warfare hardpoint, you have to be able to respond, right? Some of these hills are so difficult to break. You have to hold 40 to 50 seconds and then hit that rotation. That is 2 hills in a row now, where for FaZe it was too easy. Now you have Celium who's starting to sneak back towards that back pool hall. But I think Priesta,
there's one more there.
Trying to bait him in. Yeah, he's trying to bait him in. And remember, we saw Celium in a position like this earlier today. Let's see how he plays a little bit differently. I like this. He's playing patient. Now he's going to get in, and with that, his teammates going to get through the front door.
Who comes out on top of the trade battle, though? It looks like Empire still have a presence here. So Celium maybe not getting everything he wanted from that early rotation, but with his team up 70, perhaps not going to matter. Over the top goes Simp. He's going to be trying to pinch with Celium, I believe. Celium finds the kill on one side. Simp's going to drop. Oh, yeah. I thought he got one of Empire. I didn't realize he has smoked his teammate.
He just absolutely destroyed Major Maniac. And
sorry, Major Maniac.
Yeah, but a good hold, a much-needed hold for Dallas Empire here. Going to get them back in the game. That was a full 60. After this, they'll only be down 40 points.
The swarm comes to play. Can't take more than one with them, but yeah, they chipped away at this lead big time. But that is another time where we've seen the early rotation from Celium where they could really chain together hard points and put the game away. They just maybe don't get the timing quite on point. The collapse isn't there.
Yeah, that time he waited for his teammate as Illy. He gets behind this bar trying to find the third kill. But yeah, he waited for his teammates to get to the front door. They were trying to basically set up a Dallas Empire sandwich, but it just didn't go their way.
Empire, can they take a lead on this hard point? Speaking of sandwiches, it's just Illy inside of restaurant. having a feast right now. The streak at 5, 9, and 14, though. He's got to keep this going to get back towards positive. A chance to make the play again. The crossfire is there, and Shotzzy looking over him. Him and Shotzzy is locking down bottom bar. The shot is on point. That's a headshot. Almost another. His teammate maybe gets a little bit awkward there with his teammate Shotzzy strafing in front of him, but the damage is done. Look at that scoreline. It was 120 to what, 50?
Yeah, about 120 to 40, yeah, somewhere around there. Where
now we've got a tie game, Joe. 122, 122.
Similar to FaZe, you had 2 and 3, and they responded with 4 and 5, right? That's why you have this tie game, because we typically don't see that, where you control 2 hills in a row. Both sides, though, able to do it behind a couple of big sprees. On one side, it was Priesta. The second side, it was Illy. Now, as we head back to this first hill on this second rotation, yeah, Mook trying to get in. He's able to find 2 kills. Able to snap onto the third as well. Now he's going to put the trophy down. Hook with a multi-kill ×4 breaks it wide open.
Smoke, trophy, it doesn't matter. Hook the nuke dropping bombs. The streak out to 5, tally on the 6th as the finesse continues. The shot still hot. Hook, an absolute beast. How far can he push this streak?
FaZe, though, they hit that rotation with about 20 seconds left as we go towards Cafe. Celium with 2 big kills on rotation. So you're going to have early Cafe control. Plus, you have a good amount of players towards that middle of the map. I think that Simp, who was inside of blue, and with that position, he was able to find 2. Has more Dallas players on him, just trying to finesse around, and it's his turn. That's going to be 3. As his teammates deal with the rest of Dallas inside this hotel area.
Shots difficult when you've got a Simtex blowing up in your face. Couldn't quite get it done, but they're getting the time. But everyone's dying around him. That is just, what, 6, 7 kills in a row now from Empire? And they're able to burst on through. Spawning out towards shipping will be FaZe. They're going to just rally over to Hazmat, get set up for next as Celium patrols that top waterway. The longer he can keep them pinned on that side and stop any mid-map pressure, the better. They will start to infiltrate towards Restaurant, but it's Priesta lying in wait mid-map. He's got the position to really watch the cross on tracks and also deal with any kind of push. Simp says, screw it, I'm flying into Restaurant.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to catch a timing there. Yeah, he's trying to catch a timing. You still have Celium pushed out. 1 player holding the hill, and this will at least relieve some pressure from the hill. It's going to be a BZ inside, but look at that. All 4 players starting to hit this River Street. All the pressure inside. Priesta, though, able to deal with it as he finds a double. A BZ, it's his turn to poke on out, but Clayster takes him down with that M4. It doesn't matter what range it is. Such a good weapon. Clay having a great game as well. 23 and 16, leading the way for the Dallas Empire.
This is a pretty darn good hold from FaZe, considering I don't think they got a kill in that transition mid-map.
Yeah.
I mean, every single one of them basically dropped. So the forward aggression from Empire was into Hazmat within seconds of the hard point popping. But all of those key gunfights, like in the objective, right around the objective, they end up going to FaZe. So yeah, what was there? Maybe 5 seconds or so that were contested, but that's about it. You push out a nice lead. Now, you're not going to have that early rotation we saw the first time through for FaZe. This time, they're going to have to do it in layers. Much more progress across the map from Empire. You would think it would be far more difficult, but it's a 30-point edge as Crim6 layers together a triple. Clayster in on the action as well. Last player and Simp they're trying to hunt down, but snapping back is Crim to tally on another kill as he's got 4 in a row.
And we talked about just having to slay with FaZe, and they are doing it right now. The only player positive for FaZe is Simp Celium. Slides, get behind that car, but you have to break into this hill. They weren't able to do it on the first rotation, the first 30 seconds. So far, so good for Dallas Empire. And this 30 seconds will put them within about 5 or 10 from winning. With a few kills going their way, they're starting to push the top. But once again, they just cannot get inside. They cannot get in the contest until right now. Celium, the MVP, but he gets taken down.
It's similar to what we saw in the last hard point. Like, they got close, but Empire couldn't get in. Here, just the reverse. Empire lock it down, even though FaZe are collapsing on both sides of the hard point. They get it done. So 11-point advantage for Empire. Into Restaurant we go. It was the, what, Shotzzy, in Illy's show, I believe, as they locked down bottom bar last time through.
Yeah, it was all Illy.
Now it's Simp in the power position. The Hempfire connects for him. You see the Tiny Terror is able to do it as well.
Shotzzy though, Shotzzy, oh, we can't find the third.
That would have been huge.
Would have been such a big play. Cellium just trying to stay alive. Just all these fights around this bar are so difficult. You see both teams fighting for it with these submachine guns, just back and forth with those nades. In Dallas, it looks like they're going to be able to take control.
Can they close it out here? Can they shut down the game with 30 seconds remaining on Restaurant? They only have 11 to go. It's Crim6 in the big spot. Finds one through the smoke as he takes down Priesta, but in come Major Maniac.
They can't win here, though. They cannot win here.
They all get in. But yeah, I think that's the big call. They can't quite close it out here, but they also have the bottom side of the map. So they're going to be rotated next and get the final bit of time. One spawns out deep, though, in a BZ.
Oh, yeah, this is all on Simp and Priesta. Simp and Priesta, what can they do? What can they do in this area? Simp's going to take it down. Priesta's able to find one. The help is here. Priesta with the second. It's Grim on the hill. Priesta with the third. Locking it down.
Priesta goes massive. They can win it here. The three-piece from Priesta might just be enough. They can test in for a moment, but they can't hold on. FaZe get the map 1 victory behind a monster play from Priesta in the closing moments. I think you said it perfectly. It was like a 2-on-5, right? Two players spawn out top left. You see him near Hazmat. They have 2 players inside that got to go big. Simp drops almost immediately. It is on Priest to finesse to make plays so his teammates get there. He gets 3 huge kills, and they close out that map 1. What a game 1 it was.
I mean, just look at this. So look at the scoreboard. Look at the way FaZe did it. You have what? I mean, Major Maniac +2, Simp +6, but that's it. Dallas slayed with FaZe, and that's why they were in this game. A great game from Clayster, Hook as well. Illy a little bit slow, but he popped off right inside of Restaurant. He was the reason they got back into that game.
Well, I'm going to take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's going to be Priesta down this stretch. And just take a look at the minimap. All the pressure coming into them. So 2 and 5 are there. Simp and Priesta the only players.
Yep.
And everyone's collapsing. Priesta picks up 1. He just needs to buy about 5 seconds till his teammates get here. Not only does he buy the time, but he actually ends up getting 4. So he gets 4 kills in that sequence. That is just unbelievable stuff, but it's enough time to rally the rest of the troops in. Brilliant stuff from Priesta. But like we've seen them, I think what's been so awesome about them in Hardpoint is they've won it when they've outslayed massively. They've had games where they outslayed by 30. But then I think it was the London series where they had some Hardpoints that they barely win. Like the only player positive was Cellium. Like they're not all frying, but they're still able to get it, which tells me not only can they fry and slay and fly around
the map,
right way, but they play the right way. Yes,
they play the correct way, right? That's just what's so tough to beat these guys. It's like even when they're not playing to their best, they're still in the game. And I actually thought when we looked at that last play of the game, I thought that Dallas was just going to hit the scrap time. All of them were top River Street. You called it out where FaZe was already rotated lower side of the map. There was 1, maybe 2 FaZe players inside with about 15 seconds left. Dallas, they only needed 9 seconds. It's a risk. I mean, obviously, it's a huge risk. Then a 2-on-5, but they had the chance. They had an opportunity.
They absolutely did, but you'll hear us talk about like pace and fast and flying with this team. It's good to hear it from us, but let's hear it from one of the FaZe members. Let's hear it from Abizi.
What makes me uniquely good is I feel like I'm like one of the fastest players. I feel like I'm always just running at you in your face over and over again. I feel like once I get on fire and I start feeling myself, that's when I start frying. So once I start like getting hype, I feel like that's when I start just taking over.
All right, so I think one of the things, too, is not only the pace he plays with in Respawn, but also in Search and Destroy, and that's transitioned a lot into First Bloods for him. He's been doing an excellent job for that with his team. He's tied first overall with 15.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 2 per map, right? He's averaging 2 per map. That is just insane. He is basically making sure FaZe has the man advantage throughout these rounds. That's just so important. Like, he's your entry guy. When you talk about First Bloods, that's the first man in. That is the first gunfight on the map. And if he's winning those, if he's starting the trade processes in the favor of FaZe, how do you beat him?
It's actually crazy to think about with them on FaZe now, because for years with FaZe, we always talked about Zoom and Attach, right? That SMG duo. And when you talked about First Bloods, like you lived or died by Zuma. Like they were so good. But like in the span of a year, like you got Simp and Abizi now. Like it might be, by the time it's all said and done, it could be one of the more terrifying SMG duos in the history of Call of Duty. Now this is a conversation we have 5 years from now, but they can be insane, man. And if he's winning it that efficiently in the first blood category, FaZe gonna be tough to beat in search. That's for sure.
I'm just trying to think like quickly through history. The only other one besides Zoom and Attach that stands out to me is like John and Apathy. That SMG duo. There's not many, I think, that are on the
I'm
same
sure there's
caliber.
I'm sure there's some more missing, but like it's hard to say. It's hard to gas them too much because it's been such a short body of work. Like they've really been dominating for like the second half of last year, first half of this year. But maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's not 5 years from now. Maybe it's a year from now, 2 years from now. You're saying there's the best SMG duo of all time.
I just don't know, because even like the old Optic dynasties, like it was like Scump and Formula. They weren't playing the same role.
That's true. That's true.
Like honestly, the only one that sticks out is like John and App and Zoom and Attach.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they're in pretty wild category already with some wild company. Oh, it was the first bloods we were talking about from the other tiny tear. This time it's Simpto looking for the pick. Abizi basically gets one, almost at the exact same time, but the first blood will go to Crim6. Hook able to hit his snipe as well, so 4v3 advantage only enjoyed for a brief moment as Major Maniac gets in on the action. But with 60 seconds remaining on the timer, we'll hop into a 3v3.
Yeah, remember when we watched this earlier between Dallas and New York, it all just came down to that one offensive round that Dallas was able to take away. Hook was able to hit some disgusting snipes in that one as well.
And what was it that really stood out about Empire? Their defense, right? Their mid-map defense was so good. And I don't know if you're going to see mid-map bus hits over and over again like we saw from New York, but
Krim, now you saw him waiting for that Deddy. Now he's trying to make the play, but, well, Priesta just sneak up behind him, use the dead silence of his own, find his second kill of the round. Now he's looking for the last one. Major Maniac's going to take that away from him, but that's going to be a round for FaZe.
And who was the hero of the game 2 in FaZe's first series? Priest, I think, 12-3. He was a beast. We can hype up Abizi as Priesta gives us some love. I love you, Joe.
I love you.
Thanks, buddy. Aw. Oh, yeah, let's give some, yeah, that's right. Put your hands together for love.
We love Call of Duty.
Yes, we do,
we
Joe. Yes, we do. I don't think Empire loved that round, but
did they defuse it? I was like, there was 8 seconds left. I was like, we're defusing
hopefully
this,
somebody's
right?
on it. Yeah, yeah. We're all distracted by love. So FaZe. It's close when it gets to a 3v3, but from there on out, they shut it down. Now they go to offense. Empire's defense on this map earlier today was great. But this isn't the same team as the Subliners they're going up against right now. There is a lot of pressure mid-map, but Simp able to hit the pick. They do shut down the mid-map push in Abizi, though, so that slows down the aggression from FaZe. So, again, good there, but Simp even better. A lovely snipe out of him as he's taken down 2 and keeps the edge with FaZe. He's hungry for more.
Yeah, and that Dallas-New York map number 2, it was Glacier, who I think finished with double digits, like 11 kills, who led the way. Already an 0-2 start for him. You know, he might have been like the catalyst in their defensive round. So a big pick there early on. Oh, he's stealing.
Excuse me, sir, there's a theft. You would think Krim would have heard that.
I'm sure he did, yeah. He's just trying to get out, reposition. Maybe help his teammate Illy over by those big pillars, but Illy, he's gonna get flanked here. And another pick for Simp.
3 snipes from Simp in the round. Complete map dominance from FaZe. They pick Dallas apart. They take a 2-0 edge. But man, they were like the flashiest snipes. They just look easy. Like open
exactly
shots,
where they were,
hits
right?
the shots.
Yeah.
Like not these, like we saw Hook earlier, like with these wild flicks and stuff, hitting these nasty snipes. Like those were the craziest snipes, but he's hitting them, right? Like a player of Simp's caliber, you have an open shot, you need to put it down. And he did just that without any hit markers, thankfully for him.
Bluskin's probably like, what do you got on that thing?
Yeah. Long barrel 7.
Yeah. It's a very fast A hit out of Dallas. You see the position that they're getting into. Nobody playing that bomb just yet.
And now the smoke is gone, so Major well, okay, there's another one. Let's say he's going to have the angle to do some damage, but I like the smokes out of Dallas to keep him at bay, and then, well, it's the Jeep putting Abizi to bed. He's been first-blooded more than he's found first bloods within this game thus far. I think back-to-back rounds, he gets dropped early. You hop off it? No, you almost hop right into Simp Sniper. A round that Empire have got to close out, especially now. 5 versus 2. Simp will fall. Illy with straight beams. Now on Major Maniac, who for what, 30 seconds of that round was smoked out top shop. Nice round there from Empire. Good use of utility.
Yeah, that's the round that we saw them win against New York, right? The only difference is they got a lot more aggressive in the shop. Remember, that's when Clayster was able to get inside and he had that position. But basically, that smoke consistently top window, what that forces FaZe to do is to reposition. One, that first one is saying, hey, let's use our nades. We have to nade check it, make sure they're not getting that plant. Then second of all, can anyone check the bomb? Can we peek it? And I think that Dallas was trying to bait FaZe into getting that peek, and that's exactly what happened. They were able to find a kill.
Well, Illy thought he was going to find a snipe, but finds multiple bullets from FaZe, and he has to back down instantly. Smoke out on the cross from FaZe. They'll try to layer the map and head towards B. Simp with another snipe, his 4th within this game. Can Illy be the counter in this position, but they smoke it out again. Simp hits another snipe. And as much as he's hitting snipes, you're seeing how frustrating it is from Illy's POV. Like, he wants to get involved. He wants to find the angle, but it's a 3rd one, and it's a quick one from Simp. Now 6 snipes in the game, and poor Illy's like, give me an angle to shoot something. Wait.
Might have been another snipe.
Did he? I was about to say, did he just hit him with a snipe there?
I don't know.
No way.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, no.
Let's just stay on his point of view for a while. Let's just hang out.
4 out of 5.
And again,
drop
just
the
like
Simp
so easy,
sniper.
right? It's just like you zoom it in, bang. Zoom it in, bang.
Excuse me, observers. This is the commissioner. Next round for Simp on the defensive side or offensive side, I'm likely going to need to see his sniper. Thank you very much.
I'm sure they're listening.
Look, they heard me.
Yep.
Let's pretend they weren't already there.
Yeah.
7 kills, 7 snipes. Ludicrous stuff from Simp.
And obviously those snipes as well, it allows you to win offenses a little bit easier. Dallas once again getting aggressive towards that A side. I think that's Røkkr who actually snuck through. But Simp able to connect.
5
now
in a
a
row
2
for
versus
Simp.
2. Down to a 1v2. On to Røkkr. Still has Deddy.
Barely any left, though. He's got to make a play. And the play is going to be right into the pistol from Simp. 6 in a row for Simp. As the young lord can do it all. Yeah, he's just laughing. Like, look at him talking to Major Maniac.
I'm having fun, bro.
Like, yeah, I'm having a great time. Like, this feels like a
when your snipes are hitting, right? It's just like nobody can stop me. I'm just going to keep shooting my shots because it's also intimidating on the other side. You're Dallas, you're like, just don't give them any shots. Don't give them anything.
Well, they had some good uses of smoke.
Yeah.
Just not slowing down Simp. First blood from Røkkr. But we got to watch Simp here. He had 4 snipes in our last offensive round. Can he dissect Empire again? You got to think they play this a little bit differently, not to give him as many open angles. But at some point, like, you can't give up too much map pressure, too much position out of fear of the sniper.
No. Just got to keep making them hit shots, and that's what they're doing. Almost able to connect with that one on Illy.
And you can see by the offense, they're basically saying Simp hit a shot. Like, they're playing this slow, looking to get him an angle. Nice shot from Røkkr. That'll shut it down. Røkkr gets the nade kill for the first blood. Takes Simp out of it. There's a 3rd now for Røkkr. Working on the ace with Selim and Major Maniac remaining from FaZe.
Major Maniac, though, working towards that A side. Isn't he taken down? So now it's all on the Selim. Already has 2 in the round. Has to get the bomb. Has to plant. Røkkr does have dead silence. Same with Shotzzy. So if they want to retake it, they can both use those deadies. Won't need to.
Nice shots. A much needed round for Empire. 2nd on the board. A better job just not giving Simp a whole lot of shots, and Røkkr just lasers him. Clean headshots to drop him. And you saw it. Simp kind of getting antsy, moving his way up the map, trying to look for a closer angle, and he gets punished. But I think that's one of those things where it's a heat check, man. Get into the action. You're hitting everything you're taking. Look to take more. triple positive at 9-3. There's a gimme. Another snipe in this round. He gets the information with an 8 as well, but it's Røkkr again, man. Who keeps finding these frag kills? He gets Simp off the map, but not before he hits the shot. Man advantage to Atlanta FaZe. Priesta gets caught as he tries to shoulder the edge. The peak gets punished. Nice long-range shots, I believe, from Shotzzy there with the MP5.
It's a big offense from Dallas. They can get it. This will string 2 rounds in a row. That smoke goes down. They're trying to get to B. Shotzzy able to stay alive. Crim and Hoot trying to watch over him. Bomb being planted. Still has some nades to use as well. Now this is scary. Major Maniac, he finds a kill on the flank. This opens things up for a BZ. Spots another one. This is the one-on-one. A huge one-on-one by Major Maniac, and then they go. And that is just such a good 2 versus 3 from the FaZe.
How does that fall apart for Empire?
Just too many individual gunfights, right? It was 1v1 after 1v1. When you have man advantage, you have to have fast trades. You have to, yep, you have to have those 3v2s. Maybe push out a side together, whatever it is. You just allowed them to pick you apart.
And pick them apart they do. You got to think that's the dagger round. That's the one that could have got Empire back into this game. You'd be down a round, going back to defense, a good chance to string together 3 in a row and tie it up. Instead, you get your heart ripped out, and FaZe go up 5-2. Another hit as Simp just directly through the eyes of Shotzzy. And Shotzzy perhaps sent to the domination if FaZe can close it out.
And sometimes when these guys see people, I don't even see.
Yeah.
And we have
Makes you feel like you need, yeah, I need glasses.
Yeah,
or
we have
something.
X-ray. I'm like, how did you see that guy?
Major Maniac picks up the snipe from Simp. 40 seconds to work with, though. They got to find an opening here for this plan. Looks like they're favoring towards that B site, but as they start to push up, everybody gets cut down. They just lost with a 3-2 advantage. Can Empire close out this one with a 4-2 advantage? Cellium and Priesta looking to bring it back. A chance to maybe do that here. Cellium tagged up, will get dropped. It's all on Priesta now in a 1v3, and he will fall. So Empire do enough to stay alive with the defensive hold, but it goes back to last round. I mean, this would be a 4-4 game now if they just close out that 3v2.
Pressure's on to win another offense. And really where the success has come from Dallas has been towards that A side, so we'll see if they go right back to it. It's been so difficult for them to you know, get presence towards B.
Wait, so Simp is 11 kills, 10 snipes, right? He is the one with the pistol? That's a lot. What was the stat for the last event? Like Wuskin led everybody with 22 or something like that? Simp has 10 in one map. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and well, it's a B hit. Cellium able to find the first blood with that nade. I mean, you have Dallas in some good position. It's just can the rest of the players stay alive, and not sure if they can. It's going to be a 3 versus 5. Buto, he's going to peek. He's going to challenge inside of the bookstore. Able to find one. What else can he find?
He's getting real close to getting dead silence as well.
I thought behind that they were going to try to get the bomb down, but once again, it feels like they're just trying to bait FaZe into over-peeking.
Well, yeah, it feels like everyone's peeking Røkkr. Like he had 3 players trying to take him down at one point. He pops the dead silence and he goes. You know what's not silent? Hammering through a door. Joe,
yeah.
that is what is not silent. So he's going to get caught. Everybody drops outside of Shotzzy. Shotzzy will fall. 30 seconds for the defuse. Easy pickings. FaZe dominate the search and destroy. That'll be a 6-3 victory as Major Maniac. I thought he was going to start to dance for us, maybe on top of that bomb site, but
I just think, like, what a heads-up play that is, because Cellium was in that position, and he closes that door, right? Like, I don't think all the players would do that, like, to just have the awareness to close that.
Well, he closes the door, he gets the sound cue, and he makes the play. Before we head to break, before our map 3, I want to take a look through the stats. I mean, Simp, the highlight machine, 10 snipes he hit in that map too. And that's got to just strike fear into Empire, right? Like, it just has to be so frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, when a sniper is on, right, 11 and 5 from him, it's just like you can't play scared, right? Because then you're just giving up too much of the map. But there's nothing you can do. You're just hoping your sniper hits.
Well, let's look at the U.S. Army tactical play. I assume it's going to be a Simp sniping montage. I'm not sure what we put together exactly, but with the number of snipes he hit, that's got to be it. But here it is, your U.S. Army tactical play, and yeah, it's the snipe. Hit after hit, shot after shot. Simp. Guys playing from a different atmosphere.
And like you said, he just makes it look simple. He sees the flashlight, hits the shot. These aren't anything crazy. Hook's like, oh, hello, I'm done. Right into his crosshairs. Simp finding all the kills all around the map. As it continues throughout all of these rounds. Yeah, frustrating to deal with.
Well, FaZe, they are rolling. They are up 2-0. But after this quick break, we've got the superstar Kyle Kuzma on the desk. He's hopping on with the desk to chat all things Call of Duty. But the Lakers phenom in attendance. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Rule your day with the #1 brand in prepaid. Hello folks, welcome back from the break. Now today at the Call of Duty League, it may be Saturday, but Sunday we do have the hype battle, of course. We've got Michael B. Jordan with Miles Ross taking on Todd Gurley and King Batch. What a matchup we do have for that gunfight 2v2, people. You don't want to miss that one. That's going to be amazing. We've got some serious special guests, but I also have a serious special guest with me as well. Guys, we've got Kyle Kuzma on the desk. Hello, welcome.
Good, thank you.
Amazing stuff. Now, if you guys don't know this young man, you should. He's, of course, a small forward for the Los Angeles Lakers, but also a fan of Call of Duty. Carl, talk to me. How often do you play? Because I know you're a big fan of basketball, but you're a fan of COD too, right?
Yeah, I actually I stream too, so not as much as I wish I could, but you know, I get my time in for sure.
I like that. I like that. And in the locker room, do you have a bit of banter with some of your friends and your colleagues and some of your teammates about who's the best at Call of Duty? Are you the best?
You know, we had a little competition in one of our hotel rooms on the road, and you know, I definitely did better than most. But you know, I have a few teammates that play, and you know, it's fun for off the court competition.
If you had to pick one person in the NBA to play with in a 2v2 gunfight, who are you picking?
Man, my boy D-Book probably.
Oh, he's nasty?
Yeah, he's solid.
Is he better than you, though?
He plays a lot more, I'm going to say that.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair.
Dude, Cat's really good too. I don't know if you remember at the Pro.
Cat is good
Played
too.
with Cat.
Yeah.
Cat was really solid. He actually won that tournament, I'm pretty sure, with Scum. But yeah, it's cool to hear that you guys have like a lot of competition.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I do want to say too that I feel like you're my. If I was a sports player, I feel like we would have a lot in common.
Why is that?
I get shit for my mustache and like what I wear and everything.
Yeah.
And the entire hair thing, bro. I was cheering for you on Twitter, man.
Yeah,
the
I appreciate
entire
that.
time.
Thank you.
Nobody
Thank you.
gets what we've gone through with that.
I respect that.
Okay, back to Kyle. Is there anybody you're rooting for here in this tournament?
You know, this is the first year of this tournament, so you know, I'm trying to get familiar with it all. But I mean, this is my first time doing something like this, and it's pretty crazy.
At a big eSport event, right?
No, just seeing it in person, it's a lot different than what you see on like YouTube or anything. So.
Well, what do you think of it? What do you think of the atmosphere? Because, of course, we've got a live audience with us, and they do get really rowdy, especially if their home team's playing. So
Yeah.
what do you think about it?
I mean, it's like 1 billion people here, and I never would have guessed. You know, as crazy as it is. So, you know, kudos to Call of Duty on, you know, this dope event. So.
And, of course, you play in front of a lot of people, you know,
Yeah.
constantly. That is what your career is about. And how would you feel if you had to play COD in front of that many people? Would you be a bit nervous with your COD game?
No, because I'm so used to it. I mean, we play in front of about 20,000 and screaming crazy fans, and I haven't really heard too much screaming here. So, I mean, there's less pressure, maybe. I don't know.
There might have been a bit of screaming if Optic Gaming lost.
Yeah, I might have to check it out.
We kind of have a new dynamic though now. We never had the home team dynamic like you guys have had in sports forever. This is the first year that we have it. Is there a difference in pressure when you're playing home or when you're playing on the road?
For sure. I mean, you get a lot more boos on the road, and you know, sometimes it gets tough when you hear a rowdy home crowd, you know, get after their home team. So, especially on runs, so it's a little bit crazier, and you know, vice versa. When you're home, fans are into it. It's fun, exciting, and you know, it just gives you more of a boost. So.
Absolutely. Well, Carl, I've got to say, right, I'm loving the merch that you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
This hoodie is fire.
Nice.
Can you show everybody?
I got the shirt actually right here.
Oh.
If anyone wants to see. Hold on.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Oh, wow. Okay.
That is heat. Yo,
Hey,
need one
where
of
can I
those.
get me one of those? Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody here, listen up, because you can actually get your hands on one of these at our merch booth. That's right. It's limited edition COD merch, so you can get your hands on
Dope
that one as
merch
well.
right here, guys.
What do you think of it, Carl? Do you
It's
like
dope. Yes, it's perfect. It's swag.
it? Carl thinks it's perfect.
Swag.
He thinks
Yep.
it's swag, so there we go. Guys,
Yep.
we need to get our hands on one of those. But Carl, thank you so much for joining us on the desk. I hope you're going to stick around to watch some of the other games. And,
Yeah.
you know, home teams are playing. LA's happening. Double trouble, actually, with
Yeah.
LA. So,
Yeah.
so hopefully you'll stick around. But thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank
and,
you. Yeah, appreciate
And best of
it.
luck
Thanks,
in your
guys.
COD gaming as well.
Yeah.
And maybe with basketball as well.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to
Really
head
good.
right back over to Maven and Merc right now, gents, to get back into this game.
Kyle, if you could hear me, I don't know if you're able to hear me. Get as far away from Rich as you can immediately. Get as far away from Rich as humanly possible.
Well,
Well, there you see it. The shirt, it's beautiful. I was worried about him. I was worried about Kyle up there.
Yeah.
As they were talking through stuff, like if he was making some sort of connection with Rich, like that's just not good for him.
Yeah.
So I think you got out of that okay. But you saw the shirt, you saw the merch. I'm gonna be rocking that all over the place on stream. Maybe,
You don't have it.
Maybe at the beach when I exercise, like everything I do, because I'm such an active, healthy person in this world, Joe. I'm gonna wear that shirt everywhere. What, man? What about that statement was funny, Joe?
all of it. All of it. Yesterday, you ate a whole pizza and watched anime for 12 hours.
That's mostly true. That's mostly true. Yeah, you know, I did watch probably about 18 or so episodes of anime shows yesterday.
Yeah.
I only ate 5 slices of the pizza, thank you.
Right.
But I also might have had 5 guys.
So you also didn't go to the beach. That's basically what you're telling me, and be active. It was the opposite.
Yeah, no, it was, Joe. Yeah, I didn't really do anything. I laid down all day, but it felt great. It felt great.
Yeah. Okay.
But back to this series, FaZe up 2-0. They 3-0'd Empire the last time they played in Minnesota. They look to continue asserting their dominance over what many think will be one of the top teams in the game by the time it's all said and done, but they just don't seem to have what it takes in the matchup against FaZe right now.
Yeah, I mean, just that first hard point, I'm sure
they
that's
need to win
killer,
that. They
right?
had to.
It's like killer, right? It just feels like you did everything right except close the game out.
It's like you'd almost rather get blown out than to have that kind of loss.
That's a heartbreak, but we'll see what they can do on this Hackney Yard domination. This has been one of their go-to. You can already see they're trying to take care of Celium, and 4 players pop on out.
Did everyone just peek Celium there in the window?
Yeah, except the only player capturing, which was Shotzi. So they're trying to get to A as fast as possible, and you see FaZe, they had to get off the B flag, and some of them actually spawned out. So this is great for Dallas. They just have to get the kills.
Can they do it? They have a 3-on-1 here. You can't let Simp get all of these kills. He's already taken down 1. Can Simp finesse his way around the map? So far, that is down 2. And he takes down all 3. You cannot let that happen. It reminds me of what Priest did in the hard point. Like, you have the numbers. You've got to win it. You can't get smoked. And Simp puts Empire in the blender.
Even just the second one, because what the second kill does, it just buys his team enough time to rotate back to him. But yeah, ridiculous play, and now he's on a 5 spree as he's able to find 2 more kills. The pressure, though, still here from Dallas. The melee, it's going to connect, and it just takes 1 more bullet. Now he has an M4 to play with. Placer finally going to take him down. But yeah, Simp having a great game. The rest of his teammates, a little bit slow start. But they have this A-B set up for now. But with those kills, middle of the map, Dallas actually going to neutralize A.
Dallas a chance to maybe make the play here unless Atlanta FaZe can respond. But I want to hear the comms from the players. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with the Atlanta FaZe.
Once, nice. How big, guys? Kyler's there. He's one top, I think. No, he's 2 left. He's 2 left.
Didn't be Clay. I'm top.
Because of me right now.
Play and B. No, it's scav.
Look at Scav done. I'm one top out. I'm nading their door for you.
I top.
Ivor Scav. Hit him, guys. Watch out. They like to go about. They like to go about. What's in the door?
Double hook.
Mid in their door.
Dead.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Stack me. Someone watch, right? Someone stack me. I got it. I'm stacking.
Any Frank.
Let's fuck him now. These guys fucking suck.
Top.
Nice 3.
I don't see him right. I'm pushing through right.
I'm block Chris right here.
I'm only already top 10.
I'm gonna go hard block.
I left.
I ball mid then.
I got you.
How many left? I'm giving you. Bottom out.
Okay.
Really hard. If Empire really are a top 3 or 4 team in this league, this might be disheartening for anybody watching. Just how bad FaZe are beating them right now. You heard the comms. They had some select and choice words for how they felt about the Dallas Empire team.
I think they think they're better than them.
Yeah. Is that the polite way of saying it?
That's the polite way of saying it. Is 3 members from FaZe actually spawn up towards the C side. So the last 2, they're just trying to hold on A. It's now almost a 30-point lead for the Atlanta FaZe. Celium trying to do what he can, locking this down. It's all on the Placer, but there's just too many FaZe members here. And well, Priest said he's going to clear this flag, and then they're going to start their assault on the B.
I'd say we should get to map 4, but there won't be a map 4.
Right. Yes, one could be done.
No, I mean, it's not, but it is about as good a start as you could have for FaZe with 90 seconds remaining to be asserting this type of dominance. But a chance for a 2-cap for Empire. Can they chip away at this lead at all? These next 80 seconds, can they put a little less distance between themselves and FaZe? Overextending on the other side will be Simp, though. He's got dead silence available. I believe he's going to pop that and try to make the play on the other end of it. Simp wins his one-on-one. Abizi does the same. That's going to force Krim to go ahead and wrap back. He gets tagged with a Simtex with a stun. You thought it'd be like a free kill for him pushing through, but instead it's Simp with all the information. He gets the neutral. He gets the hell out of dodge. He hits the drop shot, and Crim6 just gets mollywopped as the neutral comes in at C.
You know what, the only flag right now is A is Simp just staying alive towards Charlie. locking it down, just being a thorn in the side of the Dallas Empire. So what do Dallas do? They're just going to try to hit this A flag. See what they can get. Maybe they can get a 3-cap here the last 30 seconds. This could be big time for Dallas if they're able to secure all 3 flags.
Any ticks from this 3-cap would be so big. They weren't able to finish C though.
And now they're losing B. So it was a great situation, and then it kind of got away from them a little bit.
How quickly things can change with the spawns as they are in Dom. Everything can be flipped on its head so quickly. You look at the minimap, 1 second is completely different. A second after that. But I think you feel a little bit better about this. It's going to be, what, like a 25-point deficit? At the point where I was joking about going to map 4, like I thought it was going to be a 40 or 50 point edge. Like I thought it was going to
23 points.
It's not as bad.
They're spawning on the good side now.
Yeah. So you're very much in this.
Yep. Very doable for Dallas.
It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to.
And there's that 3 kills from Simp. I mean, that goes any differently. Who knows what happens this half?
You have early AV control for the first half, and then you have AB set up for Empire in the second half. Yeah, I mean, that score line could be flipped, right? But the FaZe players are crouching, the FaZe players are dancing. Now they're going to get flying right on into B. They'll just leave Priest at home to get that cap as everyone else soars forward. And Celium, he gets the timing in to line up both of the players on the site. It's clean at B early for FaZe.
Yeah, we've seen different teams try to attack in. I think what FaZe is just trying to do is get B, get all the kills towards this, and then push on through instead of hitting that top side, which we see is so common. But Hook and Krim, they're going to lock things down. They're going to neutral that B flag. Yeah, Priest working middle of the map with this M4. Able to connect one on the Shotzi. Now just trying to stay alive, waiting for his teammates. It's B, about to be capped by Dallas. If they can finish it. They haven't been able to finish it yet, but now with those kills, they should be able to.
They're going to get it done. It was tough. You had, what, Celium top window, Major Maniac peeking it as well. So many shots going in. But how long can Empire hold on to this 2-cap? You need the presence at B and just not allow anyone to sneak through onto that A point. Waiting for an opening. I think you have Major Maniac and Simp. They're looking and getting ready to go. The trade is there for Simp. Now his chance to take a one-on-one and get in. He can't quite do it. I think it's Illy that actually takes him down. But I like that. You get a kill, you go. You try to somehow get through the cracks.
Honestly, this is a little bit different than what we normally see from teams on the CB side. It really feels like FaZe is like, all right, we'll just take CB. We will do our best to hold this 2-cap. You see Simp, he's just locking down C. He knows that this is a play. Well, yeah. He's already a step ahead. Like, they're not even really worrying about A. They're just going to try to hold their lead.
Well, I mean, it's a good play because I think Krim spawned up at the van, like the truck outside of green. So he's about 20 feet from C. He spawned there. I was like, well, I guess I got to go C.
Yeah, so now with these spawns, now you're going to see maybe FaZe start to get towards that A flag. Dallas, they're going to get on B. Dallas, they're going to get on C. A chance for them. They can get some kills, but aBeZy was able to find Clayster.
Yeah, I thought he might push forward and just say screw C and put all the presence at A. That's not going to be the case. So yes, they'll retain control at home, but nothing changes about the side control. What was it? 22, 23 going in?
23.
It's 20 points now, so even though it feels like Empire have had a 2-cap control for a bit here,
well, you still had like those first 2 minutes where FaZe was doing a good job CB. I mean, I just don't think they gave too many takes to Dallas. But now here's the chance. But once again, FaZe is just trying to flood in through B. They're not even worried about this A flag. And they find 3 kills, so that's going to be B for them. And now a chance for them to push on through if they want to.
That's the nades, though, through the window. Shotzi and Hook both able to connect, so it gets them off for a second, and then nades keep coming in. That's insane to think. They got 4 or 5 down and couldn't finish it. And that is the exact example and definition of why you prefer to have the A side. They get 4 down. Clean site control in B, but the Simtex is through the window. Shut it down. 2 big kills come in from Hook and Shotzi, and they're never quite able to secure it. Now overextending on the other side will be Hook. He's going to get onto C. They've got them spawning just where they want them, up towards Office and Green. Now you've got to make a decision if you're FaZe, because this is about to be a 3-cap or at least a 2 and a neutral.
Yeah, this is a horrible position for FaZe right now. Can they get the kills? Can they execute? You have one player from Dallas all the way towards back parking lot. Clayster trying to stay alive. The pressure is here from FaZe. He's in a bit of a sneaky corner. Is able to find one, but that 23-point lead, it is gone. It is now only 4 points. You have fights all over the map right now, but Dallas, they are back in this one.
You got the neutral at B, though, if you're FaZe. So that whole insane sequence there, yes, you close the gap if you're Empire, but finally you get the neutral and C control for FaZe. Now, can they win these clutch fights in and around the site? So far, they're able to do it. Next man up will be Hoop. They line up in front of him. That's a lovely double. Perhaps a third to take home with him as well. It's the finesse around the van, and Simp
Buys time, though.
able to do it.
Yeah, he buys enough time. He doesn't allow the B capture to get in, and now they're neutraling it. Trying to get on it, but 45 seconds left. Time is of the essence for Dallas, and that is not good. 3 go down. A nice nade from Hoop. Can he do it again? Not able to do so, and I love that patience from FaZe.
Now Simp pushes through as well. So he's going to get onto A. That's going to spawn Dallas Empire out. But they have to hold 2 caps in this at some point. There's only 20 seconds remaining. The lead at 5 and the second cap in for FaZe. I don't know how you do this now if you're Empire. I think it's just enough from FaZe, that clean wipe at the B site to get it done. Just not enough time left. It's going to be a 3-0 victory for FaZe. They clutch up in the final moments of the hard point. They dominate the search. And when the nitty-gritty gets going, they go huge. And the tail moments of this domination as FaZe continue to roll.
Both respawns pretty darn close.
Really
though,
close,
right?
really close,
I mean,
yeah.
And really, that's what we saw from Dallas going up. Like, you look at the
Against
grand
Huntsman?
final. Yeah, at London. They were in those games. They just not able to clutch the crucial moments.
That's why, for me, you sort of have up at top, you can say a 1A, 1B, or a 1 and 2 when you talk about FaZe and Huntsman, and then a bit behind them, for me, it is Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
Now, do they have a ways to go? Yes, but they are playing them so tough in a lot of these respawns. I just see them as the team with probably the most potential to get an upset, but they still have some work to do. FaZe is just, they're good, man. What are they, 6-0 on maps today?
Yeah, they are 6-0, and they will advance to our semifinals. Now we're going to take a look at our stats. Celium, again, man, he has been so darn good in domination today, but you see across the board, I mean, Major Maniac puts up Major Maniac-esque numbers, right? You know what his role is. Everybody else positive on the side. For Dallas Empire, Illy, once again, a slow respawn match. You want a little bit more from Illy.
Yeah, 13 and 25 is not going to get it done against FaZe, but yeah, 6-0 day from them. They get to a semifinal like you mentioned, but for Dallas fans out there, you're not done yet. You know, you still have to just win one more series or lose one more to be knocked out of this group play to get into tomorrow. I think they still have a good chance to do it. They play FaZe tough. It's just, I think it goes back to what I said before we started this series. You need an off day from FaZe right now if you're Empire. I just don't think they can beat them when they're playing at their best, and they absolutely cannot beat them if they're having off series from some of their players, which they did.
And it just feels like even if one player is having an off day, there's
someone steps it up,
one, right? Like it's just so difficult right now. We keep touching on it, but yeah, you needed a little bit more from the Dallas side. Still, though, I think those 2 respawns, I think they can compete.
It's crazy to say, though, but it's like our last couple series we've commentated from Empire when they've lost, we've sort of come out of it saying they're improving. Like, we talk about them against Huntsman, that grand final. We talk about them in FaZe here. Like, we're saying they're getting better. Like, you see those moments where you think that they can be a top team. Just still some work to do, but FaZe, the first team into the semifinal. Abizi, one of the superstars of this young squad, is on stage with Lottie.
Thank you so much, Maven. He is indeed on stage. This is your instant reaction presented by PlayStation. Now, Abizi, insane stuff from you guys. Of course, every single week we see you guys turn up on this stage and give us an incredible performance. I want to know what makes your team so dynamic, what makes your team so different from everyone else.
I mean, we're just all so talented, and we're always good vibes. Like, that's a big thing.
Are you guys like a family? Are you guys friends? I feel like I see that from you. Even in game, you have each other's back. So talk to me about your dynamic as friends.
No, yeah, we're all just like always hyping each other up, and that's like a big thing that some teams don't have. They always like go behind their back and just talk shit. Like we always just have good vibes.
Indeed, and what is it like being on a team filled with talent and potential to go maybe all the way? What do you think that you guys are capable of here?
I think we can win majority of events this year if we play how we like know how to play.
And what did you think of Dallas Empire as an opponent on stage? Because this is filled with some serious talent on that roster too. Were you a bit nervous going into it?
No, yeah, Dallas is a super talented team, and they always just come out and dominate against other teams, but they're just a really talented team.
Now, BZ, we always gas you guys up, of course, because it is, you know, that's what we have to do here. We have to talk about the truth, and you guys are phenomenal. But do you have weaknesses? Do you have something that you need to work on?
Not really. I mean, we're all just like, we're so good at like S&D, like that's our game mode, and no one can beat us at that right now. So, and even at respawn, we're just all getting kills at all times.
Well, you're right about one thing, that's for sure, and that no one can beat you yet. So, thank you so much, Abizi, for joining me here. That was your instant reaction presented by PlayStation. Are FaZe going to go all the way this weekend? That is the question. We're going to be back after the break with plenty more action on your Saturday here at the Call of Duty League.